After being bored for a long time, Maya, with the help of her friend Lily, got her revenge. Sasha was ashamed and she felt powerless. So we're going to dive into our next part. But before I do, kindly subscribe, share and like this video, guys. Let's dive into it. Few days later, Sasha returned to school, but she wasn't the same confident girl who had always ruled over everyone. She walked through the halls with her head down, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Her friends had distanced themselves from her, and even students who had once admired her now saw her as just another girl. Maya watched Sasha from far, noticing the change in her. The power Sasha had once held over the school was completely gone. She was no longer feared or admired. In fact, most of the students didn't even pay attention to her anymore. At first, Maya thought it was what she wanted, but as days passed, she couldn't help but feel a little uneasy. She had taken away Sasha's power, but now it was gone. Maya realized that she didn't want to become like her. She didn't want to hurt people just because she could. One afternoon, Maya was sitting in the library, lost in thought, when she heard a familiar voice behind her. "Maya." She turned around and she was shocked to see Sasha standing there, looking nervous and unsure of herself. Her eyes were red, as if she had been crying, and her hands were trembling slightly. Maya's first instinct was to stand up and leave, but something in Sasha's expression made her pause. "I just want to say I'm sorry," Sasha said, her voice barely above a whisper, "for everything. I know I've been horrible to you, and I don't know why I did it. I guess I just wanted to feel important, but I ended up hurting people. I'm really sorry." Maya stared at Sasha, her mind racing. This was the last thing she had expected. Sasha, the girl who had made her life miserable, was standing in front of her, apologizing. For a moment, Maya didn't know what to say. Part of her still felt hungry, but another part of her felt something else, sympathy. "I don't know if I can forgive you," Maya said honestly, her voice shaking. "You made me feel horrible for a long time." "I understand," Sasha replied, tears welling up in her eyes again. "I don't expect you to forgive me, but I just wanted you to know that I'm really, truly sorry." Maya was silent for a long moment, then finally nodded. "Thank you for apologizing." Sasha gave a small, sad smile before turning and walking away. That night, as Maya laid in her bed, she thought about Sasha's apology. It had taken her by surprise, and now she didn't know how to feel. She had spent so long wanting to get back to Sasha, but now that Sasha had apologized, Maya wasn't sure of what to do with her anger. As she stared up at the ceiling, Maya realized that revenge hadn't made her feel better. In fact, it had left her feeling empty. She wanted to hurt Sasha the way Sasha had hurt her, but in the end, it hadn't brought her any real happiness. Maya sighed, feeling the weight of everything settle over her. She didn't want to be someone who hurt others, even if they have hurt her first. She didn't want to carry around anger and bitterness for the rest of her life. The next day, Maya walked into the school feeling different. She no longer felt the need to prove herself to anyone, not even Sasha. She had realized something important. Her worth didn't depend on what others thought about her. She didn't need to be popular or powerful to be happy. As Maya walked through the walls, she saw Sasha sitting alone at the lunch table. For a moment, she considered ignoring her, but then she remembered Sasha's apology. Taking a deep breath, Maya walked over and sat down across from her. Sasha looked up in surprise. Her eyes widened. "Maya, what are you doing?" Maya smiled. I thought maybe we could talk. Sasha blinked, clearly not expecting this. About what? About everything, Maya said. I think we both have some things we need to figure out. Maya hesitated, then nodded slowly. Okay. And so for the first time, Maya and Sasha talked. Not as enemies, but as two girls who were trying to understand each other. It wasn't easy, but it didn't fix everything right away, but it was a start. For the first time, Maya felt like she was taking control of her own story. She didn't need revenge to feel powerful. All she needed was to be true to herself. As weeks passed, Maya and Sasha's relationship began to change. They weren't exactly friends, but there was a mature understanding between them now. Sasha had stopped bullying Maya, and in return, Maya stopped holding on her anger. One afternoon, as they were walking out of the class together, Sasha turned to Maya and said, I'm really sorry for everything I did. Maya looked at her, surprised by the sincerity in her voice. For the first time, she realized that Sasha truly meant it. I know, Maya said softly, and I forgive you. Sasha's eyes widened in surprise. Really? Maya nodded. Yeah, I don't want to hold on to the past anymore. We can't change what happened, but we can move forward. Maya smiled, tears glistening her eyes. Thank you, Maya. That means a lot to me. For the first time, Maya felt a sense of peace. She had let go of her anger, and in doing so, she had found something more important, understanding and forgiveness. With Sasha no longer tormenting her, Maya began to thrive at Sandalay Primary. She made new friends, got involved in school activities, and for the first time, she felt truly happy. The bullying had once made her feel so small was now a distant memory. As she walked through the school walls, Maya no longer felt the weight of fear and hunger. She had faced her greatest challenge and came out stronger because of it. She had learned that true strength didn't come from revenge or power, but from understanding, forgiveness, and being true to yourself. Maya knew that life wouldn't always be easy, but she was ready to face whatever comes her way. She had learned an important lesson. No one could make her feel small unless she let them. And from now on, Maya was determined to stand tall. With the new school term starting, Maya felt like she had a fresh start. The student who once laughed at her or followed Sasha's lead no longer seemed to care about the past. Maya was no longer the new girl who was bored. She was simple Maya, and that was enough. Sasha, on the other hand, had become much quieter. She still had friends, but her days of being the queen bee were over. Most students had moved on from her, and she seemed content to live a normal life. Maya and Sasha would sometimes exchange smiles in the hallway, and while they weren't close friends, there was a sense of mutual respect between them now. They had both learned from their mistakes, and in doing so, they had grown into a better people. One afternoon, as Maya was sitting outside during lunch, she noticed Lily walking towards her with a smile. Lily had been a big part of helping Maya stand up to Sasha, and their friendship had only grown stronger over the past few months. Do you mind if I sit here? Maya asked, setting her lunch tray down next to Maya. Of course, Maya replied with a smile. She was grateful for Lily's friendship. Without her support, standing up to Sasha might have been impossible. As they ate, they chatted about school and upcoming exams, but eventually their conversation shifted to Sasha. Have you noticed how Sasha is different now? Lily asked, glancing across the courtyard when Sasha sat quietly reading a book. Yeah, Maya nodded. She's not the same girl who used to be the ruler of a school. Do you think she has really changed? Lily asked, her tone cautious. I mean, I know she apologized, but do you think she's genuine? Maya thought for a moment, remembering the raw emotion in Sasha's voice when she had said sorry. I think she has. People can change if they really want to. And maybe she has realized that being mean doesn't make her happy. Lily nodded, though she was still unsure. I hope so. But it's crazy, isn't it? How everything turned out. I never thought we'd be sitting here talking about forgiving Sasha. Me neither, Maya agreed with a small laugh. But I guess that's what happens when you stop holding on hate. You make room for something better. Over the next few weeks, Maya and Sasha's interaction became more frequent. They were still far from being best friends, but there was a sense of cautious, trusting building between them. Sometimes Sasha would join Maya and Lily for lunch, and while it was awkward at first, the more they talked, the more comfortable things became. One afternoon, as they sat together in a school courtyard, Sasha opened up in a way Maya had never expected. You know, Sasha said quietly, staring down at her hands, I used to be really scared all the time. Scared that people won't like me. That's why I acted the way I did. I thought if I controlled everything, no one could hurt me. Maya and Lily exchanged surprised glances. They had never considered that Sasha's bullying might have come from a place of fear. I get it, Maya said softly. I used to feel scared too, of you. I thought if I stood up for myself, things would get worse. Sasha looked up, her eyes filled with regret. I'm sorry for making you feel like that. I really am. It's okay, Maya said after a pause. We've all made mistakes. For the first time in a long while, Sasha smiled, an honest, relieved smile. It was a small step, but it felt like progress. As the school year came to close, Maya, Lily and Sasha found themselves spending more time together. It wasn't exactly what they predicted at first, but it worked. Sasha still had a lot to learn about being a good friend, but Maya was patient and Lily had come around as well. One afternoon, as they sat in the park, Sasha turned to Maya and said, I've been thinking, maybe I want to run for student council next year, but this time around, I want to do it right. No more controlling people or being mean. I want to actually help people. Maya smiled, feeling proud of the change in Sasha. I think you'd be great. You've learned a lot, and I bet you could use that to make a real difference. Yeah, Lily chimed in. You could show everyone that you've really changed. Sasha beamed, her confidence growing. Thanks. That means a lot. Maya knew it would take time for Sasha to fully repair her reputation, but she believed in second chance. If Sasha was willing to change, Maya was willing to support her. The following school year, things were completely different. Maya, Lily and Sasha were now a close kid group, and while other students were surprised at first, they soon accepted the new dynamic. Sasha ran for student council president, and to everyone's amazement, she won. But this time, she didn't let power go to her head. She worked hard to help other fellow students, organizing events that brought school together and making sure everyone had a voice. Maya watched as Sasha became a leader in a completely new way, not through fear and manipulation, but through kindness and understanding. One day, as they walked down the hall together, Sasha turned to Maya and said, Thank you for giving me a second chance. I don't think I would have changed if it wasn't for you. Maya smiled, feeling proud of both Sasha and herself. You did the hard work, Sasha. I just gave you the space to do it. And in that moment, Maya realized that true strength didn't come from being most popular or the most powerful. It came from being kind, forgiving, and willing to help others becoming their best selves. As the school year continued, Maya, Lily, and Sasha became known as the Queen of the Chandelier, not because they ruled over everyone, but because they lifted others up. Maya had found her place not as a girl who sought revenge, but as a girl who chose to be better. And that, she knew, was the greatest victory of all. Years later, as Maya looked back on her time at Chandelier Primary, she smiled at how much had changed. She had learned some of the life's most important lessons during those years, about forgiveness, friendship, and the power of letting go. Sasha had gone on to become a community leader, using her experience to help others who struggled with insecurity and fear. Lily had stayed by Maya's side through it all. Their bond is unbreakable. And Maya, she had grown into a person she had always wanted to. Strong, passionate, and true to herself. The bullying, the humiliation, and the struggle had all been part of her journey, but all hadn't defined her. Instead, they had shaped her into someone who could face the world with courage and an open heart. Maya sat in her bedroom, looking through an old yearbook. She smiled at the pictures of herself, Lily, and Sasha, remembering how far they had come. The memories of the difficult times still lingered, but they no longer hurt like they once did. Instead, they serve as a reminder of how much she had grown. She ran her fingers over a picture of Sasha, the girl who once made her life so difficult, but who had now become someone she respected. Sasha's transformation had been nothing short of remarkable. The girl who once used fear to control others had become a passionate leader, someone who genuinely cared about the people around her. Maya closed the yearbook and sighed. It was hard to believe that just a year ago she had been the target of the restless bullying, but now everything had changed. Not only she stood up for herself, but she also showed Sasha a better path. The bond between Maya, Lily, and Sasha continued to grow as they entered their final year of primary school. They had become inseparable, each supporting each other through challenges that arose. They had even started a small club dedicated to help other students who felt left out or bored. One afternoon, the three girls sat together in the school garden, working on plans for their next club meeting. I was thinking we could have kindness week, Sasha suggested, her face lighting up with excitement. We could encourage everyone to do at least one nice thing for everyone every day. That sounds great idea, Maya agreed. It would show people how much a difference of a little kindness can make. Lily nodded. Yeah, and maybe we could make posters to put up around the school, something colorful to get everyone's attention. As they talked, Maya couldn't help but feel proud of the changes in Sasha. She wasn't just that she had stopped bullying, she had actively become someone who wanted to make the school a better place. It was a transformation Maya hadn't thought possible when they first met, but now it seemed like the most natural thing in the world. Although Sasha had changed, not everyone in school was quick to forget her past. There were still few students who had grudges against her, unwilling to believe that her transformation was genuine. One day, as the three girls walked through the hallway, they overheard a group of students whispering, "Do you think Sasha has really changed?" One boy sneered. She's probably waiting for a chance to go back to being bully. Yeah, another girl agreed. Once a bully, always a bully. Maya saw the heart flash across Sasha's face, but before she could say anything, Sasha took a deep breath and turned to the group. I know I made a lot of mistakes in the past, Sasha said, her voice steady. And I'm sorry for the way I treated people. I can't change what I did, but I'm doing my best to be a better now. The group of students looked surprised by Sasha's honesty. Some of them even seemed to soften, as if they hadn't expected her to own up to her actions so directly. Maya and Lily stood beside Sasha, proud of the way she handled the situation. It wasn't easy to face it, especially when it came from people who hadn't forgiven her yet. But Sasha had shown courage, and that was mattered. As they walked away, Maya squeezed Sasha's hand. You did great, she said. Thanks, Sasha replied with a small smile. It's not always easy, but I know it's worth it. As the end of the year approached, excitement filled the air. Graduation was just around the corner, and the students of Sandele Primary were preparing to say goodbye to their school days. For Maya, Lily and Sasha, it was a bittersweet time. They were looking forward to what the future held, but they also knew they would miss the memories they had made at Sandele. One afternoon, as the three friends sat together in the courtyard, they talked about their plans for the future. I'm going to miss this place, Maya admitted, but I'm more excited to see what's next. Me too, Lily said. It's going to be weird not to seeing each other every day, though. Sasha nodded. I'll keep in touch, though, right, no matter where we go. Definitely, Maya replied with a big smile. We've been through too much together to let anything break us apart now. The three girls made a promise to each other that day that no matter where life took them, they would always be friends. It was a promise they knew they would keep because the bond they had forged was unbreakable. Graduation day arrived, and Sandele Primary was full with excitement. The students wore their best clothes, their faces glowing with pride and accomplishment. Parents and teachers gathered in the main hall, ready to celebrate the achievements of their children. Maya stood backstage with Lily and Sasha, waiting for their turn to walk across the stage. As they waited, Maya felt a wave of emotion wash over her. It had been a long journey, filled with ups and downs, but she had come out stronger than ever. When her name was called, Maya walked across the stage with her head held high. As she accepted her diploma, she glanced out into the audience and saw her parents blooming with pride. But it wasn't just her family that was thinking about it. It was everything she had learned during this time at school. She had learned to stand up for herself. She had learned to forgive, and perhaps, most importantly, she had learned that people could change if they were given the chance. As Maya walked off the stage, she joined Lily and Sasha, who had already received their diplomas. The three friends embraced, tears of happiness in their eyes. We did it, Lily whispered, her voice filled with emotions. Yeah, Sasha agreed, smiling through her tears. We really did it. As the ceremony came to an end, and the students of Sandele Primary celebrated their graduation, Maya knew this wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of something new, something full of hope, possibilities, and promise for the bright future. And with her friends by her side, Maya was ready to face whatever came next. Thank you for watching. Thank you for reaching this far, and I'm so grateful for your love and support. upon you watching my videos. I really appreciate that. If you're new to this channel and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, share, and give a thumb up to this video. Leave something in the comment section. Just let me know what you've learned in the story, from our part 1 to our final part. Just let me know what you think. See you in my next video. I love you all. Bye bye.